Welcome back to the morning show here on the Rise News. Nigeria continues to migrate, and Nigerians, continues to migrate to Europe in search of greener pastures and a better life. Though some of this migration outside the country are usually legal, almost a greater percentage are illegal.
Indeed, and to discuss the push factors on illegal migration from Nigeria to Europe is Olusoji Ajao, team lead at the Migrant Project Nigeria. But before he joins us, let's see this report.
In the history of Nigeria's existence as a nation, migration has been a constant in the affairs of the citizens. In recent times, illegal migration from Nigeria to Europe is multifactorial, and it is on the rise in this 21st century. Illegal migration, an aspect of migration that is undocumented, has serious negative consequences on Nigeria and Nigerians. The country has continuously had its fair share of illegal migrants to countries such as Libya, Morocco, Spain, and Italy, among others. The causes of illegal migration usually differ from one individual to another and from one community to another community. From sociology's point of view, migration is analyzed using the push-pull model. Understanding these factors, especially the push factors, will go a long way in helping to resolve the problem of illegal migration from Nigeria.
Well, Olusoji Ajao joins us now in the studios. May, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure.
Nigeria's population has been growing exponentially.
Yeah.
Until we conduct the next census, we'd have to rely on the figures by the United Nations, which says 201 million Nigerians. A better chunk of that is the Nigerian youth. Do you think that we're taking enough advantage of the youth population that we have? Let's start with that.
I would say we are not taking advantage of the youth because the youth, they have the energy, they have the passion, they have aspiration, and they cannot find places where they can express what they have to offer. Express what they have.
So would you say that's responsible for the migration we're seeing?
Yes, you're right. It's on point because they did the analysis that about 80% of Nigerians traveling illegally, those who are traveling through the Libyan route to Europe, 80% are O-level holders. It's just
80%?
Yeah. And we find out that the risk-taking behavior of young folks who are not university graduates is very high. They're very ambitious. They want to explore the world. And we now see that the more educated you are, the more rational you are in your risk-taking behavior. Say, how will I travel through Nigeria, Niger, then get to Libya? And Libya is a lawless country now. So they have two capital, Tripoli and Benghazi. So Nigeria traveling to the Libya, they get trapped, and some of them are kidnapped. So these are the issues we are having. So basically, young folks, we are not doing enough for them.
Okay. Migration itself, let's get it right in this conversation. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. And the fact that people go abroad, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the country with the largest population of students in England is Germany.
Yeah.
And you'll be shocked that Germany has a thriving population. But the way and the manner at which we go is a problem.
Yeah.
Why are we going in that way? Why do we have to go through those routes you talked about?
Yeah, well, you're
Benghazi,
right. Okay,
Tripoli,
Sabah, Agadez in Niger.
Agadez, through Niger.
Yeah.
And
it's desperation when you see that nobody's doing anything for you, all right? If you check Abraham Maslow's scale of human needs, the first things are what your basic physiological needs: food, clothes, and shelter. You're in search for that. You don't look at the safety, which is the next one. So the first thing that you go out there to look for what you need to survive and find fulfillment in life. And we have to look at these young folks. When they go to school, they are not, the content of the curriculum is too bookish to be relevant to their needs and aspiration. They have something to offer, but the space is so choked, like nobody think of them. And they're like, okay, let me take it to my house and let me try it.
But is it that or the bandwagon effect? Because, I mean, these people spend averagely of 500,000 to $1 million to go on that trip. Yeah. But they can set up a business with that money.
Do what?
500,000 to $1 million. They can set up a business with that money.
They do pay for that.
But what is the assurance? You are very right. What's the assurance? Like, if I start a business with 500,000, I'm going to succeed. But you are very sure If you land in Europe,
what's the assurance you're going to get there? Going through the desert
okay,
in
good.
Agadez?
It's very interesting.
What's the assurance you're going to get
let
there?
me tell you. Now, in risk analysis, there is a calculated risk. If I get to Libya and I'm returned to Nigeria, I'll be entitled to IOM litigation package. So I'm not going to
How much is the litigation package?
I cannot tell you.
No, tell me.
Well, I don't know the exact amount, but when you return to Nigeria voluntarily, the International Organization for Migration, UN Agency for Migration, they welcome you back, they give you training, they give you startup capital to start your business. So as a matter of fact...
What if you fail in that business when you started up? I mean,
well,
it's still the
they
same
give you,
analogy.
that means you recover the money you spent. That's what you asked me.
So it's in the case of penny wise, pounds foolish in the first...
But you
first
try.
place.
But you know, the point is that if you don't take the risk at all, you are in ground zero. And it's even risky not to take a risk. So for these young folks, it's better you move. Because if you remain stagnant for the next 5 years, nothing will happen to your life. Like...
It's better you move?
Yes, than remain stagnant.
So go through those routes? That's not what you're saying?
I'm trying to look at
or
it
go
now.
to Canada and go and start from ground zero?
No, Canada is hard. I have a lot of consultees which have cancelled about traveling. Canada is hard. You have to pass this test of English exam.
IELTS.
It's too difficult and also very selective. And actually, this country, they are looking for the talents who have knowledge, highly skilled laborers. And those who are traveling, they don't have the skill. They don't have some of them write the O-level exam while awaiting the results. They are in Kano.
Okay, in a bid to make this treacherous journey
Yeah.
of illegal migration,
Yeah.
there comes the factor of human trafficking. Some of them end up being trafficked.
Yeah.
But with the wide publicity that we have about human trafficking and what the government is doing, NAPTIP, trying to curb that, we have people returning voluntarily from Libya. Every day, they keep returning. Why is it that more people, despite all of this that they see, still intend to take that route, the treacherous journey through the Mediterranean, Morocco, Libya, and the rest of them?
You're right, but I think in human nature, you know, this person is a human trafficker and he's a smuggler. Let me try to clarify that. We have human smugglers and traffickers. Trafficker will take you out, trying to profit from taking you out, like prostitution and all that. But smuggler, you want to travel, I'll get you there illegally. Now, why people go to them when they know that this is what they are doing, is an illicit business? They do that because in human nature, we have some element of greed. So even when everything is working for you, there is an element of greed and need. Like, okay, this one, let me try it. It's going to, and that's why people fall for Ponzi schemes. Like, let me just try it. So we can't explain this, and there is a market for that. And one thing I must tell you again, there is a affluence illusion, which is the Facebook effect. You see somebody's daughter who lives in Europe, after 2 months, is posing with a car. Okay, let me go there, let me try. But if I go for an embassy, they will not give me a visa. Let me pass through illegal routes, Libyan route. Once I get there, I will succeed. And this is what they said to them. They tell them, once you get to Europe, your life is okay, you're living in paradise.
There's money on the street to be paid.
Yes.
But they also see pic videos of people that they are thrown into the water in Lampedusa.
No, they won't. They won't.
They won't look at that.
They won't. You know, in choice theory, in migration, we have this choice theory. Say people take risks, even when they know the odds are against them. So well, that is their own destiny. But for me, I will survive.
But why can't they take a risk of a business in Nigeria when they know the odds are against them? Is that not better? Because when you say this, I look and I cringe a little bit. Because for me, I mean, it's sort of like you are affirming this.
No, not affirming, it's a reality.
It looks as though like that to me.
No, I talk to them every day. I consult them. I tell them. I don't tell them. Everybody has legitimate aspiration to migrate. But please don't travel through the illegal routes. That's I tell them. So get your qualification, get skill, then you travel. But I'm trying to talk to you like from a street level understanding of these young folks. They are young people, about 80% of them. I meet them every day.
So what do they say are their push factors?
They have aspiration. They want something. Nobody plans for them. That's what I'm saying. Someone to go to university, but nobody to pay your school fees. But in Europe or overseas, you want to go to university, you don't need your parents to support you. President Obama went to Harvard, the most expensive university in the US. He never paid back the student loan until when he became the president of the US.
But it takes student loans that are heavy, and it's a burden on you.
It doesn't matter, but is it there?
Yeah.
Some element of hope that you can look up to. But you know, if I get there, something's better for that's a greener pasture. You
But
understand the
he
narrative?
also went to Harvard because he got good grades. Because it's so
But
easy to
again,
say,
but no, what I'm
if you
saying is
don't
that
get good grades, you
is
don't
not
go
a
to
good
Harvard.
grade. Listen, good grade is not a qualification for student loan in the US. That's where I'm going.
No, but good grade is a qualification to go to Harvard.
I know, but what I'm saying is that element to access loan to achieve your aspiration. That's what I'm saying.
And do you know that there are people that don't qualify for student loan too in the UK?
In the US.
And in the US too.
Where they
you know,
have, but
you know there are people
let's
too
have
that
it
don't
on
qualify.
ground. Let's have it on ground. Just this element of hope. We call it social safety nets. You want to get a loan to start a business. Is it there? I consulted with NYC Youth Corps members. They say if we can get a federal government loan. But when I talk to them, reality is not there. They have to bring a collateral of 2 million.
For the youth corpus?
Yes,
For the
but
youth
they tell you
corpus.
on paper that, okay, you can use your NYC discharge certificate as a collateral. That's what we hear in the news. But in reality, talk to any NYC Corps member. Ask them, is this loan accessible? They say, go and bring your collateral worth of 2 million. And your father has no house, your parents... So
I mean,
these
how
are
can
the
they say you
things-
bring a collateral worth 2 million
I'm
for
telling you what
somebody
is-
that's not even started working or anything?
No, it's the
Fresh
collateral.
graduates.
Fresh graduates. So you're
Fresh
asking me,
graduates.
yes, how to start. So I confront them every day. I meet a youth club. I say, you want to travel? Yes. Okay, what do you want to go and do there? Why can't you try local opportunities there? It's not available, sir. I've tried this one. They asked me this. I did that. It's a research. Well, we meet them every day, talk to them. We become a counselor, trying to see that. So we have aspiration. But what can we do?
Are there any other push factors that
Yeah.
you have noticed from interacting with them?
Well, we have governmental factors and the aspiration anyway, because then the visa requirements, I think is very important. It's very tough getting the visa. And the Western countries, they look for, do you have skill, talent, or education, which you can use to work when you come around.
What is the destination country for this illegal migration for this youth, Nigerian youth?
Italy, Spain, Spain. Mostly.
Italy and
A lot of
Spain.
Italy and Spain, so they still go through that route. Why?
Yeah. Well, I can't say it's lucrative because there is a place in Algeria called Ceuta. It's a Spanish colony which has been colonized by the Spanish government for many times. So you can actually walk in there. So you don't need to cross the sea. Then when you get to Libya, to Tripoli, you cross the Mediterranean Sea. So it's like with a 70,000 you can get to. And the narrative is very cheap. You go to Europe, 2 countries separate Nigeria and Europe. 2 countries, Niger and Libya. You feel like, oh, let me try it.
And those 2 countries can cost your life if you're going
Yeah,
through the
you
treacherous
cross the
journey.
Sahara Desert.
Mr. John, we'll come back to talk some more on
Yeah.
this. Let's quickly go on a quick break. I'll be right back. Well, welcome back to the last lap of the morning show here on the Rise News. Mr. Olusoji Ajao, migration expert, is still with us in the studios. Because you interact with this Nigerian youth so much and you have statistics, you said 80% of those who try to migrate out of Nigeria have
Illegally.
illegally
Yeah.
have qualification,
O levels.
O levels. But another statistics that comes to my mind is there a particular demographic where these youth are coming from for this illegal migration in Nigeria? From what you have seen so far, which part of the country do you have the most where Nigerian youth want to leave Nigeria illegally?
It's basically Edo State.
Okay.
Lagos, Imo, I worked in Imo, Edo State, Delta State, Ogun State, and recently Oyo State. So these are the, when they profile them, they ask them where you're from in Nigeria, they get your profile.
And the age?
And the age is between 18 to 32, thereabouts.
18 to 32.
Very
So
young
yeah,
Nigerians.
Let's talk about
Ajao.
those that have experiences that are not too palatable from this.
Yeah.
Because we need to also let people know these are experiences that
It's a dangerous journey anyway. I cannot wish my enemy to try it. It's a dangerous. As much as possible, I tell them, look, don't listen to the human traffickers. They tell you this and that, but don't follow that. They want to extract money from you, but I cannot advise my enemy to try it.
How dangerous are these journeys from those who have returned, who have attempted?
Well, if you want to calibrate the danger and the risks, you can look at it where you get to crossing the Sahara Desert. Some die of dehydration. So if you survive Sahara Desert, which traverses between Niger and Libya, when you get to Libya, you can be kidnapped by the militants in Libya. When you are kidnapped, they can harvest the organ. So the hunger harvesting is going on there. So when they kidnap the person, they can turn the person to a sex slave, or if a guy, forced labor. Then again, they can now call their parents. That one is even very painful. A guy was traveling. I had interaction with him. They call him to get money from Nigeria. This Lapo microfinance loan, like 400,000 naira, 500,000, 1 million ransom value. And they will say, come, if you don't return this money, you're going to kill this person. So that's what happened in Libya. So human slavery, sex slavery, all sorts of things. Then even if you survive, you get to the Tripoli coast, you want to cross. That crossing the Mediterranean Sea. Of course, the survival rate is about 10%.
So your boat will capsize.
Of course, and what they did now is that the NGOs, they were being barred from rescuing the illegal migrants. Because they see that, okay, once they push them into the middle of the ocean, people come and rescue them. Say that the NGO doing that, they said that they are just actually aiding them to do it. So once they get there, people will come and rescue them. So now the European Union has, some of the European countries have banned these NGOs from rescuing them. So when they capture them, they take them back to the Libyan detention camp. And that one is even another case. Some of them are there for 2 years, suffering. And I cannot pray for my enemy to try it.
A top journalist, I think, Olusoji CNN, went on that journey.
Yeah.
And she
CNN,
caught it on camera.
Yeah.
And it was a dastardly experience. It was a mad experience.
It's painful. It's painful.
It was a treacherous experience to the extent that as a woman, you stand a chance to be raped. Your money stands a chance to be taken.
Yeah.
I mean, what have you people done in your advocacy work against? Because why this thrive is because it's a business for some people.
Yeah.
So have you been able to pinpoint the kingpins that, take people and take them across? Because they pay somebody, because they contract for somebody.
The contract. Yeah, it's a network.
It's a network. So have you been able to identify those people in Nigeria and drive them to prosecution and get those people that come back to testify against them?
We do. What we actually, they will not do that. Some of them have to go to the diabolical oaths. They take oaths. Yeah. They oath. They went to a herbalist and make oaths. If you are caught, you never tell me, reveal our identity. It's a secretive organization. It's a network.
So there's nobody that has come back that you've interrogated that is willing to testify.
And we have enough of that. We have. But there's a market. So what we are doing is that once the market, there's a black market. When there's a demand, there will always be a supply. So what we try is that we target those potential illegal migrants, try to cancel them. Look, life itself is suffering. You have to face your music wherever you find yourself. You are in Nigeria. What can you do in Nigeria to live well? Look at, if you have talents...
Isn't there a way you guys can tell the security agencies to infiltrate that market and bust it? I mean, like that journalist we talked about that did the crackdown. Yeah. She infiltrated, she acted like she wanted to travel. She went on that journey.
The NAPTIP in Nigeria, the migration agency, they are doing fantastic. They are doing a good job. But the point is that people still have that aspiration because I told you, Facebook effects. Like, Europe? And that's affluence illusion. Somebody who traveled through illegal route after 2 months, posting with a picture, living good, but it's fake. So I want to go there. So there is a demand. So we try to cancel them. Look, don't try that route. What do you want to do with your life? Understand life itself. What do you want to achieve with your life? What are the purposes you want to achieve? What can you do? If you want to travel again, these are the things. You can go for scholarship opportunity. If you have good O-levels, you can go to Canada. Education is free in Germany. You can apply for German scholarship. It's free. I school in France.
But you pay for your materials anyway.
Well, but again...
Yeah, you pay... Tuition is free, but you pay for your materials.
Well, I school in France...
Let's not mislead people.
I school in France, it was full scholarship. I only pay my tickets.
Yeah, but you pay for your materials in Germany. You pay for your stationaries and all of that.
But that one is mine.
And sometimes it goes as much as 400 euros every month. Let's not mislead people.
Okay. All right. But at least school fees is not like...
Tuition is free.
Tuition is free.
Yeah. So what is the recurring story? Because Rufai rightly mentioned, this smuggling, this trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar market globally. What is the recurring story from this Nigerian youth that you have interacted with? How do they interact with the smugglers? How do they find them?
Well, for me, as I said before, the best way you can understand the narratives, look at it from the network. Those children, they don't have the means of traveling, of financing their travel.
So are they usually people they know?
Yes, somebody's uncle, somebody, maybe during the Christmas time, they come from, Bring your daughter. I will take it. I will give somebody's number who will connect him to somebody in Libya. Will cross. And that's the kind of network. So you are going to Europe next year. Thank you, mommy. So they don't have a path. I met a guy yesterday, and he returned from Spain. He was telling me that his brother paid for 1.something million to travel to Algeria to Spain. He returned empty-handed. He applied for asylum. It was denied. He came back to scale one. It was difficult for him to pick up life again. So it's very difficult. You waste time, you waste your life, you waste your money, you come back. And you want in life, time wasted can never be regained. So that's one thing about them. So I find them, they live very miserable, and they're like, what do I do? Some of them have these, some of them, they fall into depression. You have to counsel them again to come back to life. Look at their mates. So if you are still in Nigeria, you could have gone far. You know, like living certainty for uncertainty. When you leave Nigeria, which is certain, okay, at least in Nigeria, if you at least work hard and also, you can make something. But you are living certainty in Nigeria for uncertainty, and you come back to square one. So it's very difficult. So I as much as possible, we try to stand up. Don't try it at all. If you want to travel, the best opportunity for you, young folks, get your certificates, apply for scholarship, which is available. Or go for short courses. You can go and learn video editing, all this multimedia skill, digital marketing.
Very lucrative today.
Yes,
Very
2 months,
lucrative.
3 months, come back to Nigeria. There was a guy actually in Nigeria, he's the best cinematographic effects maker in Nigeria. He was actually in an asylum. I don't want to mention his name. He was in an asylum camp in Europe. In an asylum camp, they give them skill. So when the guy was deported to Nigeria, he started making effects for movies.
And he did well in Nigeria.
He's the best.
He did well in Nigeria.
Yes.
And as we round up, is there a gap for the government to fill here?
There's a gap. There's a gap. One, in terms of education, they have to tell them. Then again, in terms of provision of amenities, light, give us lights. Look at Ghana. They give Ghana free visa to South Africa. They have amenities. So Ghana, there's a push factor. Something is not pushing the Ghanaians away. So when you give them amenities, lights, good road, you see, you live in the particular community, from your primary school to tertiary institution, the roads still remain the same. You feel like this government is not taking care of you. So, but I'm just giving that Ghana example to illustrate my points. If they give Nigeria free visa to South Africa, all the young people, there we go.
So, jokingly, some people say that's one of the reasons why South Africa did not issue us on the free visa, because the population
push factor, let's have the amenities, social safety nets, and things people can do, jobs, opportunities. In Nigeria, no job for young folks. What can you do? Pure water factories. Even to get a job is even difficult. I interviewed them. We did a study with IOM. We now look at area of returns for deported migrants, illegal migrants. So when they return, where can they work? So we now map up what can they do. So in our study, we find out that most of the communities they return, what we have is pure water factories.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, Dorian.
Thank you so much. All right, that brings us to the end of the show today. I'm Rafai Yosseni.
And I am Adesua Omoran. Goodbye.